Did you ever see what what's his head? Robert Pattinson interviewed about Edward.
Dude, yeah, he hates the character.
Anytime they're like, "So, how was Twilight?" He was like, "Worst experience of my life. I hated that. Like, I did it for I got paid, but fuck, Edward was a bitch." And
Like after the first movie, it was just like, "Yep, this is a paycheck."
then they were like, "Which character would you like to play?" And he was like, "Cedric Diggory or whatever the character from Harry Potter was." He was like, "I had way more fun playing that bit role than I did playing Edward Cullen."
Dude, yes.
All right, Robert, you have my respect.
I liked him in Harry Potter.
That's because he had a personality.
Good Time is what sold me on him.
Yeah, that's probably what sold me on it too.
That movie was phenomenal.
Yeah, you know what else is phenomenal? Welcome to Just Your Average Podcast. I'm Chad. He's going to jail.
I'm Chris.
And Chris, you hear his sweet, lovely voice.
It's fucking funny still.
It's not funny. It's awful.
They made her vampires.
Made Wolverine a vampire too. Didn't they make all of them a vampire at one point?
Batman was a vampire for a little bit too.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He likes the dark, so why not?
Why not? Fuck it. I think all pornography is a conspiracy.
Yeah, of course it is.
Because think about it. You're raised on porn, right? When you watch porn, are you watching it to watch the guy get off or the girl get off?
Bit of both.
You are.
Yeah, but you're watching it to watch. You're watching it to watch the girl get off, right? And your young brain associates a female orgasm with pleasure. Now you think the only way you can come is if you act like a girl, right? That's where this whole comes from.
Oh,
I'm
God.
telling you, man, it goes all the way back to internet porn. Telling you. And that's why Zoomers are super Christian, because they saw what porn did to our generation.
I think they're just super Christian because they had nothing better to do back then.
No, Zoomers are super Christian because that's what was expected of you back in the day. But they all hid the worst, dirtiest porn ever.
No, you don't know what a Zoomer is, because back in the day for the Zoomers would be when they're like 2. So,
Yeah.
you know?
Aren't Zoomers the old ones?
No. Boomers?
Boomers.
Millennials, Zoomers. Gen X is somewhere in there. I don't really know. Poor Gen X. They get roped. They get all the hate of the boomers and all the hate of millennials. Like, they're just...
They're the ones who are just like, I want nothing to do with it.
Gen X was fucking laughing at Dazed and Confused and stuff. No, what's the one with Dave Chappelle?
Half-baked?
Half-Baked. That's when I think Gen X, I think Half-Baked.
No, you know what porn did? It gave an unrealistic interpretation of what sex is.
Not for me. What? I have fun. You obviously do not.
It is fun, but
Look,
it's...
whatever you do with your hand is your business.
So, Chris, how's your sex life?
I can only disappoint one woman at a time, and that's Nicole. So
It's a good answer.
Yeah.
Every answer I give. It's like, hey, how do you want to be disappointed tonight, hon?
I mean, you asked for that one at that point, Chad. It was just like, he saw the spike and he was like, "Yup, over the fence."
You can always tell what I think of a joke, because I'm pretty sure I raise my eyebrows and smirk a little bit.
Dude, yeah, I watch it. I watch your face just like light up. I'm like, all right, yep, this is how this is gonna work now.
I hate my life.
If I had to pick one word to describe my sex life, it would
Non-existent?
be... Yeah, that's 2 words. Conflict. Conflict is a good way to describe my sex life.
Conflict of
Is that
interest.
because when you're having sex with a girl, you're like, I really wish this was a penis?
No, it's more like I go to choke her, and then she's like, I don't want this, and then it's a whole argument. But
Yeah, then she starts choking him, and it's a whole thing.
No, but that's when
I'm okay
No,
with
but that's
that.
when Chris is like, I paid for this.
No. Are you kidding me? I don't have to pay for sex. Look at me.
No, he doesn't have to pay for sex because he kills him
Need
afterwards.
to have sex.
Damn, bro. That was dark, Chris.
I don't know what you want.
You know when you decide, like, this doesn't apply to either of you. When you're fucking a stranger and you've decided,
fuck?
Yeah, that's what I mean. And you're like, you know what? I'm gonna choke this one and see how they react. And then they get angry. You've never had that moment?
No, I said bitch during sex once, and it instantly killed everything. So
That's what I mean. But then there are the chicks who, like, you go to choke them and they grab your hand and make you choke them harder, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm in.
It's like, oh, all right, she's into weird shit.
I had a friend whose girlfriend got extremely mad at him because every time they would finish, she'd be, that'll do, pig.
That's awesome.
Hey, but she stayed with him for a while.
That's such a good joke. There's nothing better than making jokes during sex and just ruining it.
Dude,
So
absolutely.
much
It's
fun.
great.
Like I was banging this Turkish girl. It's like you know how
During
there's like a cool
Thanksgiving?
down when you try to catch your breath again before you go back to pounding. And I was like, so how about that Armenian genocide? And she was like, what the fuck, dude?
Oh, shit.
So this episode's definitely not meant for kids.
Yeah, none of our episodes are, man.
Yeah, they always have like.
Chris was balls deep in her, and he was like, "Yeah, gobble like a turkey."
One time I took a chick from behind, and I was like, I just wanted to, I said something along the lines of, you kind of look like a dude from this angle.
The biggest comment we're gonna get from this video is that Chris dude's super sexist.
Yes.
Calls every woman a chick.
Yeah, and I call every guy a dude. And I call women dudes all the time, too.
You're a dudette.
I'm a...
Hey, you with the vagina.
I started saying chicken dude. I remember the day. It was like 4th grade and in the summer. And I remember I had heard the word dude and I was like, that's fucking gay. So I started saying chicken dude, ironically. And now I never cannot say chicken. Like, it became a part of my vernacular.
Yeah, I'll find myself when I'm like delivering packages. I'll be like, thanks. I'll be like, thanks, dude. And they'll just look at me like, some will be like, yeah. Some will be like,
Fuck you. Yeah, and you're just like, dude, it's involuntary at this point.
It's how I talk, motherfucker.
Like,
Just kill people. It's fine.
when I worked at the concession stand, people would say like, they would say, thank you. And I would always go, it's no problem. And that would like offend people. And I was like, what the fuck? And then eventually someone was like, you're supposed to say you're welcome. And I was like, well, how is you're welcome any different than it's no problem? Like, you didn't burden me with anything. I was happy to serve you, you know? I don't know.
People just want to get offended by things.
We live in 2021. Everyone's offended by everything.
God, that was like, I was on Reddit and somebody put up a meme of like the first episode of South Park where Cartman's like, no, kid, this is my pat.
And he's hitting
My
the cat with the
Kitty's being a dildo. Well, I know a certain kitty who's with mommy tonight. And the kid was like, yeah, I'm just getting into South Park. And I'm like, cool, start with season 1. And everybody just downvoted the shit out of it. And one person's like, why is he getting downvoted? And some of the other guys like, well, obviously this is from the first episode, so he obviously is starting with the first season. And I'm like, dude, he probably found this picture online, thought it was funny.
Yeah. Also,
Fuck
you.
Reddit.
Fuck Reddit. Straight up. There's no bigger cesspit. People say 4chan is the internet hate machine.
No.
Reddit is the internet hate machine.
No, I think Facebook is. Reddit's just like the place where everybody can have their own little like bubble where they can say dumb shit and get away with it.
Right, and if you do anything to offend them, you'll be banned or down.
Yeah.
They have a social currency. That's fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, like social currency is never a good idea.
Dude, that's Facebook.
Exactly.
Likes,
That's
loves.
why I quit all that shit, man. It was
Yeah.
scary.
I'm surprised Facebook's still around. I really thought it was going to die off.
Boomers are keeping Facebook alive.
All the old fucks like your dad.
Yeah.
It's all the anti-vaxxers.
So my grandmother's in the hospital right now, and it doesn't look good. But when she first got admitted, right, they tested her for COVID, and it came back positive. That's fair. But then her private practitioner also tested her, and it came back negative. So the hospital tested her again, and it came back negative. So that's 2 negative tests and 1 positive test, right? Fine. So they put her in a hospital room, right?
Mhm.
And my dad is trying to go visit his mom because this could be the last time he sees her.
Yeah.
And they won't let him visit. And my dad, being my dad, waited for the nurse to turn her back, and he just pushed past her, you know, and walked into the room and sat with my mom, or with his mom. And it turns out there was another woman in the hospital room with her. Fine, it's a hospital. But then the nurse comes running in and says, you can't be here. And he goes, why? Visiting hours. I want to talk to my mom. And which, by the way, my grandma's like incoherent at this point.
Yeah.
So like the fact that they're keeping her in a room and not letting family come talk to her while she's delirious is kind of fucked up in it, you know, in its own way. But it turns out the woman in the bed next to my grandma who tested negative for COVID tested positive for COVID. So they eventually get security to, I don't think they dragged my father out, but I'm pretty, knowing my dad, it wasn't a peaceful.
It wasn't easy.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. So they eventually get my dad out of the hospital, and all the, like, they're putting COVID negative elderly patients in rooms with COVID positive elderly patients like they did in New York, which means if they're doing it in Rhode Island, they're still doing it in Rhode Island, which means they're still doing it in New York. And that's why your COVID death rate is rising, because they're fucking killing old people on purpose for some reason. I don't know what the reason is, but so Bob makes a big, long, like 4-paragraph thing on the Rhode Island in its Rhode Island hospital, on the Rhode Island Hospital Facebook page, calling them out on like, you're willfully endangering patients. You know, what happened to the Hippocratic Oath, thou shalt not cause harm or whatever. And here you are putting someone who's susceptible to disease in a room with someone with a highly contagious disease. Either the disease is not contagious or you're purposely killing someone. They delete it off their Facebook page. So he puts it on his Facebook page. His post gets reported as hate speech and fake news. So they delete the post off his Facebook and then put him in Facebook jail for 2 weeks for calling out medical malpractice, but only because it's COVID related. So like, what the fuck is going on in Rhode Island hospital? Like, we know Rhode Island is corrupt and evil and all that shit, but like,
oh dude, it has been.
Now it's happened. Now they're just being, you can't go in there. Why? Because she has COVID. Well, she doesn't. Why is she in there? We need to call security. You know, like fucking, I don't know. It's evil. It's evil. Those are the
when
people.
It's a system that's bred to make money off the death of people. That's where it all comes from. And it's like I understand. Like there are plenty of arguments to be said about, oh well, you know, there's a reason that, you know, healthcare is privatized, and there's a reason that, you know, health insurance companies have to make money, X, Y, Z. But
I
it's
agree, healthcare should be privatized. I don't think the government has any business dealing with healthcare because the government can barely function on its own.
I don't think that's a matter of that. I think it's more a matter of find a way to actually make it so that nobody has to fucking, you know, go into debt to somehow survive in like the flu or whatever.
Yeah, but nobody's going in debt to fight the flu unless you're fighting COVID.
People are going in debt to pay their cancer bills.
Well,
that's like
you shouldn't have to make a GoFundMe to pay cancer. You know how lucky I was? My dad paid my cancer bills.
Yeah, I understand that, and I agree. No one should. But, you know, if they would just cure cancer already, it wouldn't be a big fucking problem, you know?
Yeah, but that's when everybody's like, oh, well, that's why, you know, the medical field is privatized, because it increases the amount of, you know...
I don't want to wind up like London, where there's people who, like, yeah, sure, the government's paying for your medical bills, but, hey, you will get chemo in 6 months. And it's like, bro, I don't have 6 months to get chemo. I need it today. I don't know if
they do that.
Yes, dude. Lots of people are dying in the UK, and all these... third way countries have waiting lists for medical shit, and it's people from Canada cross the border illegally to go to American hospitals, you know?
And you know what America's best at? Being the best.
That's a fucking bold-faced lie.
Let's have the best government healthcare ever.
You do. Obamacare kind of works. I mean, it sucks that if you don't...
The only thing I hated about Obamacare is probably what you were just about to say.
Yeah,
the premium, and then if you don't have it, you have to pay like $400.
Yeah, you don't get your tax return.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's called extortion, you know?
Yeah.
I don't like that aspect of it.
Yeah, but that's from people who like tied in that shit to be like, oh, well, we still want to make money on it, so you're going to get fined.
Trump got rid of it. Gina Raimondo brought it back, and now Biden's made it countrywide again. It's like, what's the fucking end goal? To fuck people over? I thought you wanted to give us health insurance. Now you're taking away our... I don't want health insurance. I get it. Like, if I get sick, fuck it. Ah, man.
You know the biggest bullshit?
I just try not to get sick. I try not to hurt myself.
No, like, you know what the biggest bullshit is? Dentist work.
Dentistry is
retarded. Patty had to get a mouth guard, and it cost $540. You have dental insurance, but you're still paying almost $600 for a fucking mouthpiece.
I have a toothache, and I know it's a cavity, and I know it needs to get removed, but I know if I go to the dentist, it's gonna be like
that's hilarious.
a lot of money.
I have a feeling that's starting to like peel up at the edge, and I can feel it with my tongue, and I'm like,
right, and
I don't want to go to the dentist because I don't want to have to fucking pay a ridiculous amount of money, but. No, you're good.
Teeth.
That was like,
it's your fucking teeth, you know. You got
you have.
You know what's hilarious? So before I went through chemo a while ago, they said I had like 3 cavities, and they're like, after chemo and everything, we could take care of the cavities. Never went to the dentist after that. Went to the dentist last year, expecting them to be like, you have so many cavities. They're like, your teeth are great. You have no cavities.
What
I'm
if
like,
what if the chemo just fucking
that's
blasted
Give
your
him
mouth?
sympathy.
Fucking wipe the germs clean, man.
imagine that'd be hilarious.
That'd be awesome.
It'd probably be the radiation.
You know what I always think about? Remember in the Jimmy Neutron opening when he has the laser that like and he cleans the I was like, why hasn't that been invented yet?
No, what I'm saying, if radiation gets rid of fucking cavities,
Everyone should have radiation.
let's just fucking radiate ourselves.
Jesus
Yeah.
We're all
Christ.
gonna die in our 80s.
It's a really good idea,
Has
Chad.
anyone heard of Chernobyl?
Hiroshima,
All right,
Nagasaki,
first of all,
3 Mile Island.
Fukushima.
it is controlled radiation.
Yeah, we get controlled radiation from the sun, and that still ain't good. It burns our fucking flesh.
Dude, yeah. Have you ever heard of melanoma?
No, what
Isn't
is
that
it?
crazy that the sunburn is a radiation from the sun?
Dude, it's
Like the
awesome.
fucking South Park episode where, wow, what's Stan's dad's name?
Randy?
Randy's like sitting in a thing with like magnifying glass. He's like, "Tell your mom I'm only gonna get a little bit of cancer.
Yeah.
It's okay."
Dad, Mom says stop trying to get cancer. Only gonna get a little cancer, Dad. Just a little bit. He's got the X-ray machine and like the reflective glass.
Oh, Randy's the most confusing character on the show because some episodes he's really good.
Well,
but
that's
then
they
do.
Flanderized him. See, he was when they realized that he was funny, they started making episodes about him, and then they forgot what made him funny in the first place, and now he just does lol random stuff.
Like the Tegrity Farms thing was funny for an episode, but they should have brought it right back to.
But this was this big push in animation at that time, where I don't want to say BoJack Horseman, but there was one show where it was animated, but it wasn't episodic. So it was one overarching storyline, and a bunch of animation studios and stuff like that were told by the networks that they are
Probably
on
Archer.
to make it one overarching story. That's what killed Metalocalypse. Metalocalypse went from being 15-minute shorts about nothing to now it has to be an overarching story. Same with Aqua Teen Hunger
Yeah, I was
Force.
just about to say, didn't they try to bring Aqua
They
Teen
tried
back?
to make Aqua Teen like a fucking overarching story, and I don't know if you've ever seen that show, but that show is just insanity.
And they die sometimes.
Someone dies. Carl gets killed in every episode. They're like, wait, we have to have a story with these characters? They did it with home movies. They did it with fucking South Park, Simpsons. They tried a season where Simpsons were going to have an overarching story. Family Guy tried to have an overarching story, like when they were doing that Stewie time traveling episode.
Can we all admit Family Guy is the biggest piece of trash in the world?
Dude, we talked long about Two and Boom and how much it upsets me.
I think as of late, it's gotten worse. But like the first couple seasons, like
Yeah, when they were
wasn't bad.
hand drawing it and they put a little heart.
To be fair, we were also like super young when that came out.
But no, it was
no.
Family Guy. The first season is just a sitcom about a dopey dad trying to keep his family together, much like The Simpsons. And that's what made it work, because at the end of the day, they were still a family and they all loved each other.
It did what The Simpsons did, was give Homer a different job every like episode. Like originally, Peter worked at the brewery, which was funny because he's an alcoholic.
No, he worked at the toy factory originally.
Yeah.
Toy factory, then the brewery.
Yeah, then the toy factory.
I'm sorry, I'm not up to date.
No, then the toy factory
sorry.
gets shut down, so he becomes a fisherman. And then after the fisherman, he works at the brewery. If you're gonna fucking comment on something, you have to know everything about it. You can't not know one thing. This guy in the comments told me that if you're gonna talk about something, you need to know everything about it.
Oh yeah, did you see that?
That really,
that actually bugged me. I was trying to be nice.
Really bothered me.
I appreciate that he liked the show and everything, but the dude for the nerd debate was like, if you're gonna moderate the show, you have to have at least seen the movies and know everything you're talking about.
Dude, I watched a Let's Play of Breath of the Wild, and I went, wow, that looks bad. I don't want to play it. So yeah, I went in with a bias.
Dude,
but
Breath of the Wild actually wasn't that bad of a game.
I don't... Zelda's not open world in my mind. Zelda should never be an open world.
No, but the thing... Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
I think if you actually got your hands on the game and
maybe it feels good. It's good. Good game feel.
It feels amazing. Again, my personal opinion, top two like Legend of Zelda games are at this point Majora's Mask and Link to the Past. Those are the best two in my opinion. But like,
I'm going to say a controversial statement.
What?
I don't like Zelda that much.
That's fine.
They're okay.
Yeah,
they're okay. So should I have been the moderator for that argument because I'm not a diehard fanboy?
First of all,
fucking come
on. The thing is, it's our show.
Fuck yourself.
And if you want us to have to Like, it's impossible for us to put on a show and be able to see and hear every single thing that people want to debate about.
My immediate reaction to reading that comment was, next time I debate, I am picking the most obscure thing I possibly can. That way no one knows what I'm talking about, and I automatically win. You know?
Oh, dude, that'd be great.
And the thing is, like, when they give me the topics, I look up and research everything, so I have an idea of what the fuck they're talking about.
Like I said, I watched a fucking 40-hour Let's Play of fucking Breath of the Wild from start to I watch Let's Plays. Like, if it's a game I'm not interested in, but I'm interested in, I'll watch someone else play it.
That's like right now, I'm watching a 9-hour video of Metal Gear Solid 5.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't want to play 5 that much either.
I
Yeah,
want to
no,
watch
5
the
isn't-
story, though.
I want to watch it. Exactly. Yeah.
I paid for it. I might as well watch it on YouTube.
I do that with MGS too, because it's like I don't want to get back into it, but I love that game so much, so I'll just watch someone play it and just be like, oh, I fucking remember
No,
that.
but the thing about the fucking debate is you're supposed to convince the person.
Especially the elevator at the pitch. If AJ had done a better job, he would have won. Like
Yeah,
right then.
He
He was so strong up until when it mattered.
Yeah.
That was my takeaway. I don't know. I didn't mean to rant about that. It just fucking.
no, you're allowed to.
It buttered my bread, if you will.
No, if you read my comment back, you could tell I was trying to be like super polite.
Well, my instant reaction upon reading that comment was to type "fuck you," you know, and then just be like, "No, let Chad handle this one."
No, that was if you go back into one of our way past episodes, we talk about circumcision. Yeah, and like Jenny brings that up, and like we all have the conversation about it, and we like just pass it off as a normal comment. Some dude lost his fucking mind. He was like, "Oh, what you taking it away from kids?" It's like, who? Just fuck off, please, for the love of God.
Like, I love your opinion, but I don't care about it.
Yeah, like everyone's got an opinion. They're just like assholes. They stink. We move on.
Everyone has an opinion, and most opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one, and they're full of shit.
Yep.
Yeah, I let Chris handle that one.
Dude, yeah.
I swear being at work checking it every like few minutes. I'm like, God damn, man.
And even I went vicious back at him because he started with me. I was like, all right, nope, we're done. I'm done.
I remember I made this Sex with Wizards movie that was like a Pabst Blue Ribbon commercial, but really what it was like this guy and this girl go to a restaurant, and the guy gets in a shootout with the waiter, and they both die, and then the mariachi band leader takes the girl to the bathroom and rapes her. And
did you get raped?
Yeah, I was the chick. No, we asked Lindsay, we're like, hey, you want to get raped? And she was like, no, what? And I was like, fuck, all right.
I guess it's me.
Well, every guy I hang out with is a big fat guy, you know? Like, they can't pass. I could pass back in the day.
The amount of dresses he wore.
I was a good-looking girl, believe it or not.
For the beer gut?
Yeah, before the beer gut and the fucking...
Patted them tits.
The under circles and the blotchy skin.
Now he just looks like a meth head woman when he dresses.
Now he just looks like a junkie. What was I going to say? Yeah, so we make this video, and it ends with me crying in the bathtub, and we put, like, fake blood all over the bathtub to, like, make it seem really brutal. And I got, like, the makeup running down my face, and I'm crying, and then I go, Pabst Blue Ribbon, it's all I drink, you know? Like, I thought that was a funny, like, end joke.
Yeah,
but anyway,
wait till we start doing skits, Chris.
This my friend's mom, like, sees the video, and she comments, like, this is racist, this is sexist, how dare you, you need to take this video down, you're not helping minorities, you're not helping women, and she, like, types this, like, fucking 5-paragraph thing, and I was the first one to see it, so I typed, fuck you, cunt, I'll rape you next, like, cause, fuck you, you know? And
if anybody gets me too on our channel,
all my friends had to be like, Chris, delete that comment, we'll handle it, and then they, like, debate. My friend John wound up, like, debating her and making her look like a fucking moron, and I was like, you handled that.
You didn't go straight to rape?
No, I went straight for I said, fuck you, bitch, I'll rape you next. And then she said, I'm calling the cops. And I said, that's not going to stop me, or something like that. You know? Because don't fucking...
That's why we're in charge of the YouTube channel.
Who watches an obvious comedy skit and goes, I'm offended? Like,
who watches a thing called Sex with Wizards?
And gets offended? I
mean, you know, someone.
That's like going like, those Nazis, I don't like them. It's like, of course you don't like them. They're the fucking not like, fucking A, you idiot. You don't get it.
I've rolled like 5 20s today.
It's that demon die, son. It's the best die in the game.
Damn, it's like you should probably stop that. You're never going to roll another 20 for...
On the first roll, Chad. 20!
So, Have you guys seen these comical new electric mail cars?
What do you mean?
You know how...
Probably should have had this queued up before you were talking about it.
Probably.
Hey, you know,
Did you hear Audi is going to stop making cars with a gas engine?
Really?
That's like most of the German cars are going to stop doing that.
Fucking the lithium batteries, man. Lithium's going to run out. Those are... I used to want to be a mailman. I don't want to anymore.
God, what's going on?
Close the Discord. Or don't close it, minimize it. Come on, Chad. Why do I have to walk you through this? Okay, click back on the Skype. Screen share. Okay, that one. There we go.
That's what it looks like. It looks like a car from Bob's Burgers.
It looks like the car that Arnold Schwarzenegger gets in on Mars.
Yeah.
And what's that movie? Get to us to Mars. What is
Total
that?
Recall?
Total Recall. That looks like the Johnny car from Total Recall.
This would have been cooler.
That's a tactical mail truck.
It's actually...
That's
oh,
what
somebody just photoshopped it.
I was gonna say that's the truck they drive into Detroit when people are firing.
I don't think it looks that bad.
I think it looks retarded. It looks like a tuk-tuk.
What about that? I don't know why they didn't make it that.
Did you see Volkswagen's or no GMC's?
Damn.
Did you? Wow, that one blew up.
Oh my god, look at this thing.
That's scary.
That'd be so fun to drive. It's just like, I'm gonna hit everything.
That looks like the cars in Judge Dredd
Yeah.
that drive forever on the highway and people look in them.
Sorry for audio listeners, but
No,
No,
they can
fuck the
see
audio
your screen
listeners.
sharing.
audio listeners.
Audio listeners can visualize better than visual listeners. What was I gonna say? Did you see? Fuck, you fucked me over here, buddy. GMC's new camper van.
No.
Oh god.
It's just a ProMaster. Remember those ProMasters we were looking at?
Yeah, I drive them sometimes.
Yeah. Like camper, I guess. No, maybe it wasn't GMC. Maybe it was like Chevy or Dodge. I don't know. It's an FCA. Type in FCA camper. Yeah, see, it's just a fucking ProMaster. No, not that one. All right. I saw it in a fucking commercial.
I think you dreamt it. I think you were just a lying
No,
piece of
because
shit.
I pointed it out. I pointed it out to my father. I was like, "Did you see that? It's just a
And your
ProMaster."
dad doesn't listen to you, so he's like, yeah, okay.
No, yeah, that's pretty much my childhood right there. That's a Mercedes, not an FCA. Wait, is Mercedes owned by Fiat Chrysler?
No idea.
No, I don't believe so.
Anyway, you know what a
Anyway,
ProMaster looks
Thanks
like.
for wasting our time.
Type in
Chris.
ProMaster so everyone knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
Oh my god.
Just so see ProMaster camper van. It came up. Not ProMaster Citizen. That'd be see, it's just a fucking ProMaster, but look at the interior.
That's pretty dope.
And
Look at that.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Oh, I should
Chad's
probably
sharing
screen
his
share this, huh?
Yeah.
Wait, you weren't screen sharing that whole time?
Yeah.
Dude, I need to sit at the computer.
I'm the computer man.
See? It's a Chevy ProMaster, right? But it's the Amazon van, but they turned it into a living...
It's like these fucking idiots are like, I want a tiny home.
But this is real. They're selling them on the streets in that supermarket. That's auto
I thought you were going to say in
dealerships.
Afghanistan. Let's sit on our roof and have dinner.
Yeah. Well, that's what white people do.
Like this would be...
Oh, is that a
Throw caution to the
Depeche
fucking
Mode
wind.
shirt? All chicks own a Depeche Mode shirt.
This is what Chris would
Yeah,
drive.
fuck yeah, dude.
Dude, the purple is great. What the hell's wrong with you?
I'm not making fun of it, you motherfucker.
Photoshop me passed out, laying half in the car, half out the car.
Dude, half
Go fucking
naked,
crazy
just
then.
like-
That's what I'm
I'd
saying.
travel across the
A
country.
little
in this.
ProMaster, man. They turned them into little houses. Isn't that fucking crazy? And you know what a ProMaster looks like on the inside because you work
Oh,
with them.
wait, is it put
Yeah.
out by Winnebago? Because that said Winnebago's.
I don't know, Chris.
Winnebagos
What do we look
are a
like?
little
Winnebago
much.
experts? Can't even say Winnebago, right?
Winnebagos are expensive.
You're a Winnebago.
Well, I mean, you know, they go to plaid, so.
True. I always thought like I've never, even as a kid, I was like, I'm never owning a house. Like it just seemed like
Me too.
it seemed like an unobtainable goal. But I was like, I could totally live in an RV and like drive around Alaska or something.
Dude, if I was by myself and I had like one of those RVs where I can get a super sweet TV and all that stuff,
Discord.
yeah. I would definitely do that. But it's hard to fit 3 or 4 people in one.
Buy
No, it's not.
buy one of those giant RVs that cost as much as a house. Buy a yacht.
Like the one that fucker owns from.
Yeah, that douchebag.
Oh, dude, what's he like? He literally drives it like
Lance.
once a year. Or
he
something?
drove it once to go see the Patriots' final game in their undefeated season at home.
What's it called? Do you remember?
Oh, dude, I don't remember. Type in like
Giant ass.
yeah.
The caravan or
It's giant ass camper. It's towed by an 18-wheeler.
So like this?
Christ.
Yes, it's that. Yeah, if you can screen share that. That's what this guy Lance, who owns the body shop at my place of work, drives around. He took that once to a Patriots game, and ever since then it just
sits there.
Sits in the shop.
It's so fucking ugly.
I know, but dude, I went inside it, which I was.
Yeah, it's probably great.
Dude, okay, and after I might, if he ever checks the cameras, I could get it because technically it's private property and I was trespassing.
You jerked off that.
I went inside it and like I went. Me and this kid Corey, who used to work there, he's a half Jew, so
I had to fucking made a point of like pointing that out.
I like Corey. I don't hold that against him.
I like the half Jewish boy.
Yeah, I mean, it's his dad was Jewish, so technically he's not one of the tribe.
Oh, Jesus.
No, to be Judaism is passed down matriarchally. So like,
No, yeah.
Mom is Jewish, you're Jewish, but if your dad is Jewish, you're not. He told me all about. A lot of my knowledge of Judaism comes from him. Yeah, me and him were just like mucking about, and like we went through his drawers and his fridge and shit like that, and like he had clothes with the tags still on them in the drawers. And we were like, that's bizarre. And like his fridge had like, it was fully stocked, but nothing was ever opened. And like he had like 10 bottles of Drakkar Noir on the shelf in the bathroom. And like when you walked into the bathroom, it was like, whoa, when you like took a step in. And the guy who owns it is a dude who's a little taller than Chad, but like 3 times as wide. And it was like, what the fuck? Like, how does he fit in this little, or it's not even a little space, but like me and Corey.
Well, he didn't. He probably went there and slept in a hotel.
Yeah. The bed was huge. The bed was like a California king.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's what you really want to get when you have a house as a California king.
No shit, dude. I need a California king.
Do you?
I have Riley in my bed most of the time, me and Pat, and pretty soon Finn's going to want to sleep in my bed.
You know
Well,
that's legal.
you've made that choice.
Stop saying I made this choice. I made Finn's choice.
No.
Just kidding. I love Riley. That's shitty.
Who do you think, Pat, if you and Patty get a divorce, which one do you get?
Asking
right
the real
now,
question.
I know Riley would probably go with Patty.
Oh.
And Finn would definitely go with me because that kid loves me.
Okay.
But I would miss Riley. And to be fair, nobody knows. Like people watch this probably don't know. I wasn't supposed to be able to have kids, so that's why. I sounded really shitty, and I was like, "Well, Riley wasn't planned."
No, you're not supposed to have kids because nobody wants you to have kids.
Whoa, Jesus!
God gave
dude.
me cancer twice to make sure I wouldn't have kids.
Can you believe he reproduced?
God, he says.
It's just like Idiocracy, where the smart people don't reproduce, but the dumb ones reproduce in mass.
Fuck you. So you don't have any kids?
I don't have kids because I know if I brought a child into this world, I'd be doing a great disservice to humanity.
He knows the spawn that he would reach into this planet.
Oh, dude, he would be let's call it would be too smart for its own good. And that would lead to all the problems I had growing up. But because I know, I'm like, hey, dude, you know how your teacher's a fucking retard? It's not a smart idea to call him a fucking retard. And you'd be like, oh, that's a good idea. You're right. Yeah.
With your luck, your kid would fucking be like Sheldon.
I'm pretty sure
he'd be a Mensa genius. It'd be great.
I want Lex Luthor as a child. I would love for my kid to grow up to be Lex Luthor.
It's awful.
It'd be awesome. Hey, as long as there's no Superman, Lex is a good guy. Okay?
Well, within reason.
No, there's that thing where Lex finally kills Superman and he winds up extending human life to 300 years. He makes all energy renewable. Like, he cures hunger and AIDS and cancer. Like, if Superman wasn't there, Lex would be a good guy.
So Superman made him evil by being obsessed with him?
Yeah. by calling himself a man. That's all it took for Lex to be like, "You're not human. You don't get to call yourself a man. Fuck you. I'm gonna kill you." Like that's all it took.
What makes you think a man is just a human thing?
Well, humanity. I don't know.
Kryptonamans.
Kryptonian.
Kryptonamans.
No Green Lanterns. No Kryptonian.
Dude, do you see the Green Lantern in the Snyder Cut trailer?
I saw the Green Lantern in the Justice League movie. Chris, I gotta talk about it. I'm sorry.
I said it at the top of the episode,
dude. But I
none
love
of this
DC.
trash. And you guys are like,
DC.
well,
I love DC. That's my excuse. I want Green Lantern to be in the movie, and I don't want him to be a 5-second cameo like he was in the original. I want to see Green Lantern make a giant fucking boxing glove and punch someone with it. That's all I want to see. All I want to see. I want to see Green Lantern being Green Lantern, making cool constructs, not just shooting a green laser. You know, like I want to see
quippy and shit.
Yeah. Well, it depends on which. If it's Hal Jordan, yeah, quips away, man. But if it's John
definitely
Stewart,
going to be Hal Jordan.
I wouldn't mind.
Well, supposedly I don't even know if it's on the table anymore, but they were going to make a Hal Jordan, John Stewart movie.
I would watch a buddy cop movie I would watch a Guy Gardner, John Stewart buddy cop.
Oh, absolutely, dude. That'd be great.
That would be awesome. Where John Stewart's good cop, Guy Gardner's bad cop, and they just fly around fucking getting into trouble. And you could have like the main villain be Desaad to like bring it back to the Justice League movie. Desaad's the weird like squid monster with like the 3 eyes. He's like a telepath, so it'd be cool. Like these guys, all their thing is like willpower, and he's like trying to control their minds and break their will. You know, it'd be cool, right? Like there we go. I just wrote a movie for you, WB.
Pay me money.
Yeah, seriously, put a fan in charge of these movies. Stop putting people who don't care.
Well, they did. They put Jeff Johns in charge, and he fucked it up.
Jeff Johns he's not a fan. He's a fucking idiot.
No, Jeff Johns
makes great stories, dude.
Jeff Johns did the Color Wars, which was awesome, and the Emotional Spectrum.
I don't think he gets the movies.
He's doing a good job with Stargirl.
Is he on the TV show?
He's writing it.
Oh. Well, maybe it was more committee than Jeff Johns.
I'm assuming it was more committee.
Because I feel like they were like, Jeff Johns, help us with this. And he's like, here you go. And they're like, thanks.
This is too comic booky. Can we add some Hot Wheels?
And you watch the Snyder Cut trailer, I'm like, this is comic booky as fuck.
I want it to be comic booky.
Avengers Endgame was comic booky as fuck.
But it was bad comic booky.
No, it wasn't.
Both those. I don't even remember Avengers Endgame.
Dude, that scene when he catches the hammer and everything, and Thor comes down with the giant hammer, he's like, no, you get the little one.
Oh, yeah. No.
Fuck you, I love that movie.
The quip in that I like is when Cap catches it and it cuts to Thor and he goes, I knew it. Like, that's the line that made me laugh. But then I got the bigger hammer. I was like, okay. Come on.
No, that feeds into the ultimate Thor, though.
That was Stormbringer. It was supposed to be Beta Ray Bill's hammer.
Beta Ray Bill was supposed to be in that movie.
He was supposed to be in the World War Hulk movie, which was supposed to be its own movie, not a fucking Thor movie. Fuck you, Marvel. Did you hear the news about Ant-Man?
No, did you, Chris?
Huh?
Did you hear the news about Ant-Man?
Oh, fuck. I don't want to hear about anything in regards to fucking Marvel or any of that.
Okay, so check it out. The Ant-Man movie is going to have the Fantastic Four in it. And it's going to... Could be cool. And they're going to reveal the micro-universe, which is the universe below ours that's so tiny that no one can perceive it. Okay. And they're going to tease that Hank Pym is not Hank Pym, but a Skrull in disguise, which will lead to Secret Invasion eventually.
Okay.
Could be cool.
Well, I definitely think it could be, but it's going to be interesting to see if they actually pull it off correctly.
I like Paul Rudd, and Ant-Man is my favorite Marvel character, not Scott Lang, Hank Pym's Ant-Man.
Okay.
So
But it's Paul Rudd.
It's Paul Rudd.
He's just so handsome.
He's handsome, he's charming, he's not offensive. He's the average guy that you're like, you know what, I don't hate you, but I don't like you. You know, it's perfect.
Love him. I love him.
Okay. He was great in that movie with Steve Carell where he brings the loser to the date.
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh, Dinner for Schmucks.
I was kidding.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, it's a bad movie. I'm like,
that movie I watched, and the whole time I was like, why is this rated PG-13? If it was rated R and they are allowed to swear, it would be funny. But the fact that no one swears and they're all adults, and that woman wants to fuck him, but she's like, I really just want to kiss you. And it's like, no, you want to rape him. Say rape. That will make it funny. But, PG-13. Why would you draw a jacked Mega Man, you fucking weirdo?
He's like, I'm drawing a cracked out Jack Mega Man.
Okay.
Why?
He's on steroids. Why not?
Why?
Oh, Christ.
Dude, that white balance.
Looks
Oh
like-
wow, you just fixed all of it.
I fixed our screen, bud.
Yep, now it's back.
You know what? I had a dream the other day.
That you were old?
I have a dream
I don't have to dream that. I am that.
that my kids and white kids can play together, and that you judge the man on the content of his character, not the color of his skin. I have a dream, but if I just broke out into the Martin Luther King speech, like perfectly, like word for word, I started sounding like him. My skin started turning darker.
Anyway,
All right.
He's aware MLK. Get him.
you know how China controls the weather?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ.
Imagine if it was possible that they can actually control the weather perfectly, where each state has its own perfect weather.
Why?
Like, if you want to go to Narragansett Beach, it's like 80 there.
Why?
Why would you go to Narragansett Beach? It's a fucking trash.
No, but like,
Just
what
a
would be the point?
There is no point.
Just to fuck with the Earth's climate and cause hurricanes all over the
It
place?
doesn't cause hurricanes. You control it all now.
You can't. The cool thing about the weather is you can't control. You can influence it.
Motherfucker, it's my theory and my
Yeah,
The
story.
universe is entropy. Get over it.
Naughty.
I had a weird dream and I can't remember it.
Anyway, so imagine
Oh my god.
if we could fix the ice caps being like freezing cold
Why
this
would
way.
we want to fix the ice caps?
I thought we needed to, so we
Why,
don't have
though?
super flooding in the area.
Okay,
that
well,
destroys
idiots
everything.
that live on the coast deserve to drown. Why the fuck would you live on the coast?
It's
fun.
less a matter of super flooding. It's more a matter of it'll stop the hot and cold water cycle that flows through the ocean.
You
That's
say
what's gonna
that.
cause an issue.
You say that.
Thanks for the science, Chris. You
But
said what I
we-
wanted to say.
It's like
You bent nerd.
Shut him down.
the more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, the better plants thrive. That's factually correct. If
Yeah,
you
but the
look at
less
ice
good
cores.
it's for humans. It's all for fucking.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck about
preservation of
humans?
humanity.
We're
Yeah,
gonna,
the more plants
Humans.
thrive, the more oxygen we
we're
get.
going to space. Who gives a fuck about this planet? Let the ice caps melt. Who fucking cares? And you know what happens when the ice caps melt? We find pyramids and alien spaceships. It's
Did
gonna
you-
be cool.
Did you see there was an article about a seal that fell asleep on an iceberg or like an ice thing, and that drifted all the way to Ireland?
Yeah,
It's the
I
first
saw
seal
that.
that went to Ireland.
Not the first, but the first on record.
It was the first.
I doubt that.
I doubt
Yeah, I
How the
agree
fuck
with
is there
Chris
a
on this one.
pineapple on the Welsh flag?
Why not?
Because pineapples wound up in fucking the UK at some point in time.
It was like coconuts.
Yeah, man.
How the fuck do you think coconuts made it to Florida? They just floated across the ocean, my dude.
Just fucking someone brought them there. Birds brought them there.
You're a bloody coconut.
2 swallows holding a coconut flew it.
What's the land speed velocity of an unladen swallow?
African or European?
I
I don't know.
that.
Fucking love that movie.
Monty
How did
Python
you
did
know
good
that,
things.
my king? A king must know these things. As he's like riding away. It's so stupid.
So
No,
you
it's
think we'll ever
wonderful.
be able to control the weather like that?
I think we
No.
will. Fucking 4,000 years in the future.
I think next week.
Dude,
Just
I
like
was
we believe
thinking.
fucking giants.
So Star Trek is set in 2625, I think, next gen.
Yeah.
That sucks. That's so far away. We're never gonna see that.
No, we're not.
Ah, it makes me so sad.
Sorry, BB.
I want to fly in a spaceship.
I don't. Do you think we'll ever get galactic spaceships like they do in the movies and everything? Where you go, like,
Eventually.
light speed and stuff.
Eventually.
You think we'll
Well,
have
think
the
about-
know-how and all
Dude,
that?
think about the human growth from like 1920 to 2020, how things have changed.
Dude,
Like,
yeah.
we can totally get to space. We just need to focus on it. For some reason, we're focusing on Africa, and it's like, that failed. Just give up on it. I'm sorry. Just give up. Let's go to space. Fuck it.
Nah, dude, the war on drugs. That was something that we
Yeah,
definitely
give up
needed to
on
invest
that.
time into.
Let all the junkies die. Who fucking cares? Let's go to space.
You know what's funny? if we didn't have a war on drugs, there wouldn't be a war. People just let the people, like, what was it? Washington is legalizing shrooms and stuff now.
Yeah.
I think that's
Hey, have you seen the massive exodus of all rational people from Washington and the mass influx of homeless drug addicts? It's a really good idea. You know who pays taxes more than anyone else? Homeless drug addicts.
They do.
They pay taxes, man.
So you don't believe in legalizing drugs?
Nah. I've seen what it does to people firsthand.
Yeah, but that's illegal.
Okay.
No, I'm not saying heroin.
So is murder.
Heroin should never be illegal.
Heroin, meth, I guess cocaine.
Cocaine could be fun.
Yeah, but
It
cocaine
could be fun.
Cocaine leads to like rape. People get coked up and rape people.
I've never raped anybody.
Okay, neither have I, but it happens.
Chris, have you raped somebody?
Actually, I've been told I've raped someone once.
What the fuck kind of dumb question was that?
A good one? Have you? It sounds like he's raped someone. That
No.
deflection. The automatic. Yeah.
How funny is that?
It's pretty funny.
Chris,
Chris,
do you need to talk to us about something?
Were you raped?
No.
Was it a mutual rape where neither one of you wanted it, but neither one of you stopped?
Man, we're definitely treading into territory where I think I have to leave, and this video has to be super edited.
Chris, when are you going to come and film with us next? Because we might rape you.
Wow. Wow.
All right, well, that's where I'm going to call it.
No, seriously, I'm going to start a petition.
I'm
Get Chris
deleting the
Burgess back in
episode.
person.
I'm deleting the channel.
So we can see your lovely face. I have a serious question for you, though. This is a topic I've wanted to talk about for a while, and I think you might have a good thing.
All right, well, let's make it the last topic then, because I'm starting to feel uncomfortable.
If you could reboot any video game in the style of a different video game, what would it be?
So stupid.
It's so good. I'm asking you, Christopher.
I'd reboot
Not you,
Civ.
that one.
I would reboot Civilization as a first-person shooter.
Dude, just be Gandhi with a nuke right at the end of the game.
It, right? Who cares? Bad question.
I don't really know. I think there's more than enough diversity in video games. I don't think that there's a need to like cause any rift or differential in gaming.
Well, you guys are lame.
It's whatever's over there.
I want a Jack and Daxter sequel. That's what
No, because they're gonna fucking ruin it just like they did Ratchet and Clank. I don't want to see it.
I thought the last Ratchet and Clank was good.
No, personally it wasn't. And the biggest reason it wasn't was because it was a movie tie-in game.
I thought the movie and the video game was supposed to be the same story.
They're supposed to be, but
isn't it supposed to be like a retelling of the first game?
Again, they wanted it to be. Bless you. The biggest issue is that
bless you.
The way they did it is they wanted it to be a retelling of the original game, but they also wanted it to tie into the movie, and the movie was fucking terrible, but they still made it a tie into the game. And it was just like, nope, waste.
I want King of Fighters to be rebooted as a pachinko game.
Oh, dude, you can find that on your cell phone.
It already happened.
I want Double Dragon to be played like Sleeping Dogs.
Ugh, they tried that. It fucking sucked.
Is that what Neon was?
Yeah, Neon had the free... see, you don't play video games. You're not a real nerd.
I'm sorry.
I want... I wouldn't mind... Oh, but see, they did that already. I just want a new RTS. I don't care what the fucking story is. I want to play an RTS again.
RTS.
Real-time strategy. StarCraft, Warcraft, Command and Conquer.
Diablo.
What?
Diablo's an ARPG. God damn it, Chad.
No, you know what would be interesting to see? Kingdom Hearts, but made like an original Final Fantasy game. Time-based action. Like, it actually requires you to think about your characters. You have multiple party members. That'd be fucking interesting.
Dude, I miss turn-based RPGs.
You ever played Darkest Dungeon?
No.
Okay.
Did you ever play Legends of the Dragoon?
Yes.
Play Breath of Fire?
Yes.
You ever play Your Bitch?
Yeah, alright. Hey, Chad, guess what? Bigger nerd than you.
Well, no shit.
I wouldn't mind a good Star Trek game. I don't care what genre.
Didn't they already do a Star Trek game that wasn't bad on like PC?
Elite Force was a first-person shooter that was pretty cool. Birth of the Federation was a 4X that was pretty cool. And then they did the Star Trek Online, which for a free-to-play RPG, it was like DC Online, you know, whatever. It's fun.
Dude, I used to love DC Universe Online.
Yeah.
What character did you make?
I made a speedster with elemental powers.
Me too.
Yep.
Play oh, what the fuck was it? Play what is it? Injustice? No, not Injustice.
Heroes versus Villains. Remember that game?
No. Infamous.
Infamous was great. I liked Infamous.
Even Infamous Second Son was a good game.
I didn't play Second Son.
Second Son was... I played it at my friend Kyle's house. It was pretty cool.
I played the first one the most, and I saw the twist coming, but I didn't care. You know what I mean? Like, I saw that it was going to be old Cole fucking shit up, but I was like, whatever. Being a scary lightning man with red lightning and just fucking killing people.
What was the other game that came out around that time that was just like Infamous?
Where you get to go good or bad?
Yeah.
Do
you know what I'm talking about, Chris?
It was Fable?
No. Oh, fuck. I think it started with a P.
Fable?
No fucking.
It wasn't
clue.
goddamn Fable. Was it Prototype?
Was it Fable?
Prototype.
Yeah, it was Prototype.
Prototype, yeah.
Yeah, that one was fun.
I
think it was
that was on
Fable,
Xbox, though, right?
No, it was on both.
I thought Prototype was specifically an Xbox game.
Prototype was a PlayStation game.
What about the one where you play cops in an open world city, and the more cop stuff you do, the more superpowers you get, where eventually you're like jumping over buildings and throwing cars at people? What the fuck game was that?
Is that like State of the Union or something?
No, State of the Union was retarded. State of the Union was bad.
I just want to run around killing
Not
people.
Narc. It wasn't Narc. In the comments, if you know the...
Just let us know.
What was it? Are we done?
If you disagree with us, let us know.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Penis.
Well, Anyway.
I watched Thumbelina last night.
Why?
It's pretty good.
It is.
Pretty good.
The
Still holds
animated
up.
one?
The animated one with the weird frog lady with the big lips.
Yeah.
Chris is on a very deep animated.
I'm just going through all the movies I watched when I was a kid.
Dude, go watch the Hayao Miyazaki movies.
Miyazaki's okay. He draws food really well, but...
Howl's Moving Castle was great.
Obviously, Spirited Away, Howl's, Nausicaa.
Dude, Chris,
Great
watch
movies.
Earwig and the Witch. It's the worst Studio Ghibli movie ever made.
Worse than
Yes.
that snuff film.
Yeah, but that's
You never saw the Miyazaki snuff film?
that scene's for everybody.
You know what he does?
Yeah,
He fills a bucket up with water and drowns a bunch of kittens in it.
cool.
And the whole time he's doing it, he's screaming anime was a mistake. And like people in the office are trying to stop him, but he overpowers them. It's fucking intense.
Thanks for watching Just Your Average Podcast.
Watch the Miyazaki snuff film.
I'm Chad. This is other Chris. Chris, you hear his sweet, lovely voice.
Hashtag Miyazaki snuff film.
Hashtag. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified.
I hope hashtag Miyazaki snuff film takes off. Oh, crackmilf.com.
It's not a... It's so stupid.
Crackmilf.com.
Meatspin.com.
No, trust me, go on crackmilf.com.
Donate Dogecoin to us.
Yeah.